When we have finished recording or finished the mix, we still sometimes, usually we don't know which order the tracks are going to end up in. I mean, you have a certain idea of what you want to open the album with, maybe what you want to close with. The ballad usually ends up somewhere in the middle for dynamic. But it's really difficult. I spent a lot of time on that this year or this time. It was because I had some songs. There were several songs that could have opened the album, but eventually we found a track list that was, I think everybody agreed on. This is how we do it, and yeah, it worked out really good. So the first Hammerfall albums, the first 9 of them were released on Nuclear Blast, but we changed record labels from Revolution to Built to Last. And for us, it was a matter of having a label that doesn't have 500 other bands and that doesn't have 500 other priorities as well. Because Nuclear Blast, when we signed with them in '97, this was a small growing label. And we were also a small growing band, so fit us was a really good fit, and we were really happy with them over the years. Otherwise, we would not have stayed for 18 years or whatever it ended up being in the end. So I don't have anything bad to say about Nuclear Blast at all, and we still have collaborations on the back catalog and stuff, and we have a really good relationship still. But everybody in Hammerfall felt it was time for a change. So when Napalm approached us. We felt kind of like the way Nuclear Blast felt back in '97, a small label that wants to accomplish things. And so we said, okay, we have been with the same label for so long now, maybe it's time to take a chance and give it a shot and see what happens. Just to keep things fresh, to have people with fresh ideas to help you realize your vision. And so far it's worked out great. I'm very, very happy with that, with Napalm Records too. So we're all happy with how things are going. Flatulence. Well, for our guitar player Pontus, who is, I believe, lactose intolerant, any kind of dairy is absolute #1 for him and for us, because we don't want to die of asphyxiation in the bunks. But I don't know. It's the food on the road or out. The food I eat at home is very different from the food you get when you are anywhere else in the world. So I think it's just a matter of not eating too much, like beans, stuff like that. But sometimes it happens anyway, because sometimes you drink too much alcohol, and then the next day it is what it is. So you just learn to keep it in, I guess. Well, with every new album, there are a new set of difficulties that come in keeping your inspiration fresh and your ideas fresh. And I try not to think so much about it. What I really try to do is write music from my heart, from within, the music that I feel is good, that I feel is a Hammerfall caliber song, for example. And that's the way we've been doing things since day one, and I don't see how that can change, really. Not for me, anyway. I mean, I have my ways of working, and it's working really well. I'm very happy with those too. So I don't think about what other people are going to think about my songs. I just think about what I will think about them, and then what comes with that is that the other people generally have the same feeling, because they know what Hammerfall is, and I know what Hammerfall is. So we have an understanding, I guess you could say. We have our ritual before the show. Everybody has their thing that they do, especially when we're doing our own headlining shows in Europe or anywhere else for that matter. It's more important to warm up. I feel when we do now is a co-headlining tour together with Delane. We both bands play 75 minutes, and I think that is much easier to play 75 minutes than 100 minutes, which is what we do normally, 105 maybe sometimes in Europe. But warming up is essential in a lot of ways, not just for to get your fingers limber. Because say if you play at this far, now we have I think we played 13 or 14 shows, and we have still about 10 or so to go. So we're into it now. There's not that much warming up that needs to do playing wise, I don't think. for me, it's more mental than anything else. You gotta be sharp, and you know, like an athlete who's training for the Olympics, you gotta peak at the right moment. For us, we peak at the right moment every night. Hopefully, yeah, that's the idea anyway. So I do some push-ups, a little bit of workout. I drink coffee. I don't drink coffee normally. I hate coffee actually. But before the show, about 20 to 30 minutes before a show, I take a shot of coffee and just down it as fast as I can, because that's the only way I can get it down. But for me, coffee has a really good effect on the focus, on concentration, and things like that. So I tried many times without coffee, and it invariably fails if I don't drink coffee. So I need that boost to be able to roll through the final song of the show. Just concentration-wise, for me, it's more than anything else.